Hiya, and welcome back to Green Hill Gaming, where I share my passion of video games with the whole wide world. In this live stream, I'll be showing and discussing the art of Sifu. So sit back, relax, but as always, and more importantly, enjoy the live stream. So, with Sifu 100% completed and platinumed, I thought it would be nice to showcase the art of Sifu and to discuss it. And hello to my first and lovely viewer. You are very welcome to Green Hill Gaming.
Congratulations, Kudvibs.
Thank you, Chad. Thank you very much indeed, Mr. Middleton. And you are very welcome to Green Hill Gaming, to my the art of Sifu / discussion live stream. How are you doing, Chad? How are things with you? How did your day go? So yeah, I hope you're doing well, and I hope you enjoy the live stream. And thank you again, man. Platinum Sifu was a long, grueling, challenging journey, let me tell you. So once again, thank you. So yeah, with Sifu platinumed, again, I thought it would be a nice thing to do to showcase and discuss the art of Sifu. Unfortunately,
Another day, another Switch Pro rumors, sheltering.
I came across that earlier. Yeah, Jesus. Let me put it this way. That's a nice way of putting it, actually, Chad. But let me put it this way: just when you think that the Switch Pro monster, the Switch Pro rumor monster, has, gone back, under the bed, back into its cave, under its bridge, it just comes back out again, rearing its ugly head. I'm not even going to discuss it, other than I am aware of it, and that's all I'm going to say about it. But feel free, Chad, to, to discuss it, to well, not discuss it, because I won't be discussing it, but feel free to mention it, Chad. You know what I mean? Now, unfortunately, there's no background music playing through the Art of Sifu. It would be fantastic if the soundtrack actually played, or anything at all played, any kind of music played. But unfortunately, that is not the case. So the Art of Sifu comes included with the deluxe edition of Sifu. You will get it in the digital deluxe edition, and you will also get it in the I think the physical edition of Sifu is by default the deluxe edition. I'm not sure about that. I know that Sifu is getting a physical edition. I'm just not sure if there's a standard edition or a deluxe edition. But nonetheless, got the Art of Sifu along with the soundtrack. Fantastic soundtrack, actually. I doubt you can stream the soundtrack because it's actually saved on. You have to save it onto a USB stick. So I don't know if I can actually stream that. But yeah. Oakley dokley. So
Nice.
yeah, it was a pretty nice deluxe edition. Now, to be fair, I think all in all, I think it was €40 for the base game, the Art of Sifu, and the soundtrack. And yeah, there is a physical edition coming as well with a steel case, which looks pretty cool. Obviously, you get the game, you get the soundtrack, and you get the physical Art of Sifu. So it's a pretty good deal. Pretty good deal. So what you're looking at here is, I suppose, the cover of the digital, the Art of Sifu, book, or whatever you like to call it. Unfortunately, there's no way to zoom in. That is unfortunate, to be honest. So what you're seeing here is the main character. Does the main character of Sifu actually have a name, or is he called Sifu? I believe Sifu is actually a title of like a next generation like kung fu master. That's my take on the situation. Anyway, I know that your character is like avenging the death of his father, who I think was the original Sifu, and I think you're the new Sifu. That's my understanding of it anyway. But unless you see the main character, um, he has absolutely kicked ass, and he is continuing to kick ass in this piece of art. It is based in the opening level, the slums. The slums is a really as the name implies, it's pretty run down, pretty dirty, scruffy, slimy, greasy.
What about Shenmue? Sheltering.
Shenmue, you got your Shenmue live stream yesterday, Chad. You're not going to get any more live streams again of Shenmue. How would you like that, Chad? No, I'm only joking. Right now, Chad, I am actually surprised by how many retro games I'm actually live streaming on and off. It was easier when I was dedicating my YouTube channel to just Sonic the Hedgehog.
Grinning, squinting face.
No, I'm only joking, Chad. That was easier. But no, there is more Shenmue live streams to look forward to. Don't worry about that. Just have to find a way to balance all those retro games out along with modern games. But don't worry. Shenmue is not finished. So yeah, that is the first piece of art. So here we are. We're still in the slums. And the main character, who I'm just going to refer to as Sifu, is eyeing up, eyeing up his next opponent, getting ready for his next battle. Looks like he's holding a steel pipe. Again, you can't zoom in. Now, this guy looks tough, but he's not as tough as the main character. Now, something you should pay attention to throughout the Art of Sifu is that a lot of these pieces of art actually showcase early designs for Sifu, and some designs and even items and environments and stuff like that never actually made it into the final version, which I actually always find interesting when I'm looking at art of video games. So take a look at Sifu's waist, like towards the back, like this object that looks like some sort of a clock, some sort of a giant like compass of sorts, right? With things coming out of it. I'm doing a terrible job explaining it, but just look at his waist anyway. That is one of the original designs for Sifu's pendants, I think is what they're called, which is basically what gives him his power to come back to life every time he dies. So in the final version, in the Sifu that we know that we're playing, he's got this thing that has multiple pendants that's wrapped around his waist, and they break every now and again when the more he ages and the more he dies. Once they all break, then he can't come back to life, right? But this is a completely different design because it's more of a kind of a clock type device. Now, what I've also noticed as well throughout the Art of Sifu is in this early art, right, the concept art, the levels are a lot more alive with a lot more characters that are just hanging out in the background, kind of doing their own thing. I'm kind of disappointed that they kind of cut that they cut the amount of of characters. I mean, you don't have to fight those characters. There's plenty of characters throughout the final version of Sifu, throughout many of the levels, that are just behind reception desks, sitting down, standing, whatever. It's just minding their own business. They won't actually attack you. If you attack them, they'll be knocked out or whatever else, but you don't actually have to fight them. They won't fight you. It would have been nice to see a lot more of that, especially like in the slums as well, like, you know.
Hi,
So,
Daddy.
hello, Nathan, and you are very welcome back to Green Hill Game in 2 seconds there now. Be right back. Nathan, how are you? You're very welcome
Welcome,
back.
Nathan. Shelter in. Gakka Club is good like the Gakka life.
Welcome, Nathan, indeed, to Green Hill Gaming. How are you doing, Nathan? How did your day go? You are very welcome to Green Hill Gaming,
I'm
where
good.
I am glad to hear that, Nathan, where I am showcasing and discussing the art of Sifu. So I hope you enjoy the live stream. I'm actually just going to get the live stream up and running on my phone so I can see the comments better and I can refer to them. Gakka Club is good like Gakka Life. Glad you're enjoying Gakka and all of that jazz. So yeah, it would have been great to see more of more characters like what you see here in this early concept art throughout the levels. On to the next piece. So here we see concept art for the main character. In Sifu, you can choose to either be a male or female. Thankfully, Sifu don't go too woke, and it's very clear, male, female. If you are a male who identifies as a female, you are quite welcome to choose the female or the feminine option, whatever way you want to put it. But it's very clear, male, female. Again, if you're a male who identifies as a female, you can just choose the female. If you're a female who identifies as a male, you can choose the male. Nobody's going to judge you for that. Nobody's restricting you. It's is what it is. So yeah, I'm glad the game didn't go too woke. So yeah, so they look very like the final versions of the characters. Nothing
My
different there.
brother got banned from playing with my bully's brother on Fortnite. Score 1 for me.
Score one for you. Banned bullies. Yeah. Never a dull moment in the life of Nathan, that's for sure. So now here we see some interesting early concept art for the main characters. Pay close attention
That
to
does was thid.
that deserves this. Pay close attention to the piece of art on the far right side.
Fat Botnik.
Fat Botnik. Pay close attention to the male version of the main character Sifu. Pay close attention. Make a mental image of him because we're going to get to him again later on. But that is actually the main character Sifu. So on the top left, you see various like stages of an attack uh, and poses. Some of which you can perform, actually all of which you can perform in the final game. So various kicks and punches and stances and blocks and parries and all that kind of stuff. Basically everything you'd be doing in the game, fighting wise. So and then on the bottom again, what you're seeing here is some early concept art for the main characters. So
My dad's commissioner run is today. I hope he wins.
commissioner run. I don't know what that means, but good luck to him nonetheless. So I kind of like the whole kind of like modern kind of urban type look um, that the main character has in the far right compared to the final version. So you can see it differs, the design differs to the final version of the game. Now, I like this. I like this a lot. Here we see Sifu, um, and he's
Commissioner is someone who keeps up with the county and town like a mayor.
oh, okay, cool. Well, I wish him all the best. So this is Sifu and his age progression from very young to very old. But I've actually discovered something in this piece of art. I mentioned earlier how the Art of Sifu,
It's the master.
it's the master KC. KC, you are very welcome back to Green Hill Gaming for an interesting Sifu live stream. Now that they've platinumed Sifu, I thought it'd be nice to showcase and discuss the art of Sifu. So I hope you're doing well, KC,
Rainbow Rangers
and I
should be
hope
in
you enjoy the
Sifu,
live stream.
like eyesight so Johnny can kick them in the balls.
I would love to do that.
Man with the long ass beard is the master.
Not quite. Not quite. This is an interesting piece of concept art that showcases something that didn't actually make it to the final version. Now, if you look at the top left-hand side and you work your way down, right? I like to think the first column is Sifu in his 20s, then 30s, then 40s, then 50s, then 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. Because look at how the 80s and 90s are obviously much older looking than what he looks like in the final version. Because in the final version of Sifu, he only gets to his 70s, and that's basically when you get the actual game over and you can't come back anymore. Because there's no way Sifu looked as old as the last two columns. That's very interesting. So originally they were intending on actually going for like a full-on like Shang Tsung, like ancient age. But they obviously probably wanted to make the game a little bit harder, so they didn't want to kind of give you
Does this mean Sifu is Mexican Jesus? Sifu, the
It
video
does,
game where
yes.
you play as Fat Botnik who goes on a journey to destroy the Rainbow Rangers from destroying Fat Botnik's city.
Oh, Nate, you've got one hell of an imagination. Pretty cool, though. Pretty cool. So yeah, that's why I like to think that originally the slow cap decided that they wanted to take Sifu up to the age of 90. Very interesting stuff. So you can look at the right hand side of the screen and you can clearly see Sifu looking a lot older than he did in the original. So I like to think again that they wanted to make him much older in the final version. So here we see the what I would like to think to be the final version of Sifu, from very young to very old. So it's like kind of like 20s, 30s, and it kind of goes to like 50s, and then like full on 70. So let's give you a rough idea of how Sifu kind of
Thanks, I love being creative.
No
Welcome,
problem.
KC, good vibes.
No problem at all, and it's great to be creative. Of course. Now here we see the female or feminine, whatever way you want to put it. Again, I like the fact that Sifu isn't extremely woke. It's very clear. Like you don't have like you choose to be male, you choose to be female. And again, if you're a male and you want to choose,
Sifu is
if you
Japanese Jesus.
if you're a male and you identify as a female, you can go as the female or feminine option. And if you're a female and you identify as a male, you can go as the masculine, option. Whatever you want to go
I
for.
honestly can't even read half the things Nathan says, mainly cause he always deletes them.
You always delete. Nate, can you explain just please why you delete your comments? Because it just I don't believe you when you say it's an accident. I don't believe someone can accidentally delete a message every single time. I don't believe that.
I'm not Nathan, I'm Nathan.
If you can type, if you can correct KC so well in that comment, And
Actually, which age of Sifu is Gonny's favorite?
and if your grammar is perfect in that comment, Nathan, I don't believe for 1 second that you accidentally delete your messages. I'm just saying. So I'm
I
actually.
don't know, to be honest. I'm a weird one.
Yeah, but that's well, we're all weird in this world. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it, Nathan. It's fine. Actually, which age of Sifu is Johnny's favorite? Um, Interesting question. I never thought about that. Probably the old Sifu because he reminds me of Shang Tsung. Speaking of which, can I just take this time to congratulate Ed Boon on his Hall of Fame um, induction? He got inducted into the Hall of Fame of.
Johnny, stay tuned for an unboxing of Ralph Carlo.
I will. I look forward to that. He got a Dice Hall of Fame for like video game and
Hello,
pinball.
Gonny.
So yeah, the great Ed Boon. One of my first video games was Mortal Kombat on the Sega Master System, and
Sifu but Gaka.
I have played every Mortal Kombat from there onwards, all the way up to Mortal Kombat 11 on PS5. So this
My
guy.
grammar is so broken up that I personally make up my own words every now and then. Congrats to the guy who bought the Silent Hill domain, Elbow Cup.
Congrats to the guy who bought the Silent Hill domain. So I just want to talk a little bit about Ed Boon, and then I'll read the rest of the comments.
I suck at Mortal Kombat.
Don't worry about that, man. Don't worry about that. I'm sure a lot of people do. But yeah, so Ed Boon and John Tobias.
But it is pitiful Sifu artwork, Gonny. Casey, you're drunk then.
Co-creators of Mortal Kombat, provided so much entertainment to me down through the years.
I'm better with Sonic.
Just want to say thank you, Ed Boon, and I look forward to the future of Mortal Kombat. Now, of course, I can't read Nathan's previous comments because he deletes them. That's okay. Grammar, don't worry about grammar. So people are using all sorts of like text language today anyway. So what does grammar even matter anymore? It's amazing people correct people's grammar, right, on social media. But then 2 seconds later, they become the grammar police and correct people for their grammar. Isn't that just hilarious? Anyway, like LOL and THX and PLS and TBF and BRB. You know what I mean? And brah. And then 2 seconds later, they're correcting somebody for spelling brother wrong. Idiots. Congrats to the guy who bought the sign to Mortal Kombat. But yeah, it is beautiful Sifu. Yeah, so let's get back to the artwork. Here, look at this. Here we actually have.
Winnebeth, the forbidden word was said in my house earlier.
You're going to have to tell me the full story behind your traumatic experience involving the Lion Sleeps Tonight. You're going to have to make a dedicated live stream about that. But here we see a very young Sifu, like an extremely young Sifu. I think you see him in like the opening cutscene and in the true ending as well. Well, you see him in the bad ending as well. But it would have been great if we actually got to see them in the final version. Like if you could actually play as them in the final version. I think it would have added a very interesting take, an interesting experience. But there you go, from a young age, Sifu was ready to kick ass. And here we have the original Sifu's father. So he, he doesn't he's not dressed like this like kung fu master. He doesn't have like any robes or gowns or anything like that. He's just dressed like a normal elderly man, And then on the right you see some kind of rough sketches of probably, if you look at the bottom, he's sitting down drinking tea. Is that what he's doing? He's drinking something anyway. It almost looks like he's sitting down drinking tea, and then the next minute people show up to try to kick his ass, and it looks like a fight sequence is taking place then. Now here we have a very wild...
If I do, can I use a part of that stream you played in so I can have a bit of audio, so Robert? Rotten Ghost, don't let your kids watch it, which me.
Sure, sure, man. If you like, I'm hardly gonna copyright strike you. So here is a very wild, stormy night in Sifu's hometown. You can see that very vivid lightning, and some of the city lighting up as well. You can even see the tower in the distance as well.
Thank you and BRB.
No problem, no problem. I'm trying to make out where the sanctuary actually
Funny thing
is.
about grammar Nazis is they're consently hypocrites, and they're
Yes,
always making up words themselves, which make them
exactly.
garbage N.
Exactly. That's exactly what they are, man. They're hypocrites. They're people who will text each other with THX for thanks, PLZ for please,
But I
TBF
honestly drank a full bottle of wine in the shower a couple hours ago.
for to be fair, and then 2 minutes later they're correcting somebody on their grammar. How hypocritical is that? You know what I mean? So you're right, Casey. You're right. And don't worry about that, Casey. So I think this is a nice piece of art. Very vibrant city of Sifu. Wouldn't it be interesting if there's going to be a sequel to Sifu if they decided to go not open world, but maybe just a little bit
Rent.
open. Rent, give me my rent. But you can't make out them actually a bot or a real person. I presume it's a bot. But wouldn't it be great in the sequel of Sifu, if there was a sequel? I hope there's a sequel to Sifu. If you could, not open world, but if you could kind of do a little bit more kind of exploring around the actual like city itself. Like, the way in this game, you pretty much like you
Sifu
just
of the Wild, elbow cup.
Sifu of the Wild. The other way, it's you just select your level and you're automatically loaded into that level. Wouldn't it be great if you could
Exactly.
just kind of progress into the next level by
Yes, let's go back to Sifu.
by physically moving to the next level. Do you get where I'm coming from? That would be great. Here we have Sifu's home. Actually, it reminds me of Shenmue. Like, after playing Shenmue yesterday, there's definitely a lot of
This artwork
similarities.
honestly looks like Gotham from Batman.
Got him from Batman. I presume you mean the city. It does a little bit, yeah. But then again, I suppose any city that's vibrant and it's nighttime, it's going to look like Batman, isn't it? But yeah, this area just reminds me actually of Shenmue's home as well. But this is Sifu's home. So I just wanted to say how do you do to everybody watching the live stream right now. Hope you're all doing very well. You're all very welcome to Green Hill Gaming, where I am showcasing and discussing the art of Sifu after platinum. I can't speak half the time. Platin. Man, after getting the platinum of Sifu, I thought this would be a nice thing to do. My grammar and my vocabulary are gone this shit. Let me tell you that much right now. Now, this is another interesting piece of art, and it's another example of possible changes that were made to the final version. Now, this is a lineup of the 5 bosses of Sifu. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
It little like Shenmue, yes Gonny, it kinda does. It also looks like the House of Seal Killer.
A little bit, yes. But yeah, glad you could pick up the similarities of Shenmue. So, what's interesting about this lineup is, again, these are the 5 bosses of Sifu. What's interesting is the guy in the far left, right, the first boss, he is the first boss of the final version of Sifu. So is Sean. But then Yang is in the middle, the third boss. But that's not right, because he's actually the final boss in the final version of Sifu. But the 4th boss is where she should be. That's Lady Koraku of the museum. And then you have Jen Feng of the 4th level. But she's actually 5th. So basically, what's interesting about this is it would appear that Yang has swapped places with Jen Feng, which has me believing that maybe Slowcap intended on Jen Feng being the final boss. This is an interesting one. I like that. And they look slightly different as well. Sean is still the same. His big hood. His flag in his mouth. Here. Have you a light? What do you mean you don't have a light? In that case, I'm going to kick your ass. No, this is, and again, this is another fine example of an area of the game that was changed in the final version. So what can you spot? I'm going to ask, God, it's been a while since I went to like full on interactive. I'm going to ask the live chat for anyone who has been paying attention to my Sifu live streams. What is different about this piece of art? This is the window area of Sifu. This is where you would select your next level. What is different about this? Let me know in the live chat. What do you notice about this? I think I'm noticing a pizza box actually, which reminds me actually, I actually got my first takeaway food in over 9 months today to celebrate. Well, I celebrate two things really. To celebrate 9 months of just non-stop, work. Well, not non-stop workout, but workout every day, and drinking plenty of water, eating healthy, all of that kind of healthy eating shit. So celebrated, treated myself to a takeaway, but also celebrating the fact that I got a platinum in Sifu because that was I did my best to like savor the taste, and every time I ate, I just thought of all the times I died in Sifu and all the times the game was kicking my ass. And isn't it ironic that the one time I actually ask a question, the live stream goes quiet. No gakas, no fucking Christmas trees. Oh God. Just just silence. You know what? I am a firm believer of the definition of typical, if that makes sense. Literally, you couldn't make it up. The one time Johnny actually asks the live chat a question, it's like,
What was the question? I was busy sheltering.
you're fine. I bet if I didn't ask a question, Chad would be like, where's Shenmue? Play with your tree. No, I'm only joking, Chad. I'm only joking. So the question was, pay close attention to this piece of concept art. It is an early concept art of the window area of Sifu where you would select your next level. My question is, what is different about this? Can you spot anything different about this? Compared to when I was playing Sifu. You typical bastards. I'm only joking. I'm only joking. I'm only joking. But it is typical, though. It is typical. If I was focusing on getting a platinum, trying to defeat gang with an age of 20 or 25, I'm telling you, like 3 comments in a row, I'm telling you, about Rainbow Rangers, Gaka Sonic, fucking Christmas trees, and play with your tree sheltering. I guarantee you that would happen. But nah. One time I go and ask a question, it's just silence. Anyway, I'm only joking. I'm only having a laugh. It's fine.
The 3 Pokemon characters are missing El Boca.
See, that's what I mean. I would guess something like that. Well, seeing as you were the only person that responded, I'll just look. I'm not going to wait until somebody figures it out. Basically, the detective board has been merged with the window area. So it's the one area. So they've actually put the pieces of the detective board, all the little sticky notes and all the newspaper clippings and all of the items you would collect in the item board is basically all around the window. It's all around the wall around the window as well. That's what I wanted to point out. So in the final version of Sifu, there is a dedicated detective board beside the window. So in the final version, it's
////.
You literally comes back as like, welcome back, Casey. On to the next concept art. So this is more concept art of the opening level, the slums area, but in particular, I think it's showcasing the warehouse area in the slums, and it's also focusing on that special purple flower, which I actually forget it's the details of this flower, but I believe it is some kind of special flower that can create this type of special drug as well. But it's been a while. Sorry, I was just checking something on my social media. But yeah, Casey, you're very welcome back. Yeah, I think the guys in the slums, the warehouse, were using this flower to create some like powerful drug, I believe. And here we have
The
concept.
flower reminds me of Dominoction's eyes.
I don't even know who Domination is, but that is cool nonetheless. Casey. So here is concept art for some of the heavy hitting, quite literally heavy for the guy in the far left, heavy hitting enemies you will encounter in the slums, the opening
Actually, I
level.
can talk about my traumatized story right now.
Yes, tell me. I would love to know why any human being living on this earth could possibly find a song like The Lion Sleeps Tonight as traumatizing. I want to know that more than anything else right now in my life. So please tell me. And thank you for hiding that comment as well. Thank you. So on the far left, you see the fat guy, Fat Botnik. On the far left, you see Fat Botnik. He looks slightly different to, I believe, what you encounter in the final version. And then again, it's probably because of the way that it's
Flower and
presented.
drugs, Connie Resident
See,
Evil
3 comments in a row. What did I say? What did I
These
say?
PPL dress like they're homeless.
What did I
So
say?
my sister was annoyed by my Cars movies addiction.
What did I say? I hope somebody is watching this right now and they're saying, yeah, Johnny was right. He was literally just talking about that. And I was. About 3 minutes ago, I asked the live chat a question and it was. And now I'm trying to talk about something and it's like 3 comments in a row. My life is scripted, I am telling you. Scripted. Absolutely scripted. Anyway, Flower and drugs, Johnny. Resident Evil conspiracies. It could be connected to the Resident Evil. Who knows? These people dress like they're homeless. So my sister was annoyed by my Cars movies addiction. Okay, okay. I'm waiting for a part 2. So yeah, that fat Botnik looks slightly different.
I didn't understand the question, TBH. I kinda heard it though.
Don't worry about it. It's fine. I remember the 2 females kind of towards the end there, not the final one, but I remember their powerful legs. Believe me, the females in Sifu have the most powerful legs in the history of legs. But yeah, you can, as I mentioned earlier about the slums, the opening area of Sifu, it's very gritty and dirty and rough and raw, and I believe that's represented in the appearance of these enemies. So moving on, this is another shot of the slums. It's
The
actually very.
females in Sifu were scary.
Their legs were scary, Casey.
Then I don't know, she turned on the song with some dog hippo thing, I don't know their names. Then she turned it on, I got scared by it, I star.
But I still don't understand. Okay, so your sister turned on a song. I still don't understand how that song could traumatize you. That's the part I don't understand. If somebody showed me a video of somebody's head being cut off, like an actual person's head being cut off.
Bloody.
That would traumatize me. But your sister showing
Fuck.
you a song.
You. Talking a buoy.
I know. So showing you a song like The Lion Sleeps Tonight, like I don't understand how that can be traumatizing. So if you could try to elaborate a little further on why that song has traumatized you, I would love that, please. Thank you. So again, slums, it's gritty, it's dirty, it's raw.
It's a complicated story.
And I'm a complicated person and I have all night, so the floor is yours. And here is the area where you actually fight your first boss in the slums. You can see that purple flower is all over the place. So even though it's, a dirty, kind of like gritty, kind of rundown area, you can see that there's
just creepy and I don't know, I was scared ref.
How the hell can you find
as in a man fucking his Raggedy Ann doll?
Man, Nathan, are you one of those, like, I don't want to insult you. I'm kind of half joking, but also kind of being serious. Are you one of those, like, next generation, like Gen Z kids who finds cute and cuddly creepy, but you'd be okay with watching somebody's head being blown off by a shotgun? Just saying. Because I don't find anything creepy about the lyrics to The Lion Sleeps Tonight.
Connie gets worried fan community.
Yeah, weird fan community. I don't know, man. I don't understand how anyone can find that song disturbing and creepy. It's just beyond me. But
yes,
anyway.
I am.
Wait. So he just said Wait, just to be clear, Nathan. So you're telling me that if you saw a video of somebody's head, an actual person, not a video game, or a movie, or an anime, but Nathan, if you saw somebody actually getting their head blown off by a shotgun.
Because I don't have fear of Five Nights at Freddy's.
No, forget video games now. Forget video games now. I'm talking about if you saw a video right now of an actual human being.
Apparently Nathan is scared of cutness.
Getting their head blown off by a shotgun. You're telling me you wouldn't find that traumatizing, but you would find the lyrics to The Lion Sleeps Tonight traumatizing. I just want to be clear. So what's interesting, about the slums is even though it's run down and gritty, and dirty, you can see life. You can see that life is still trying to grow. So Nathan, I'd like you to answer my question, please. I want to be clear because you said yes to something, and I want to know, like, did you actually say yes to?
Basically, what you said is correct.
Whoa. Your generation scares me, Nathan. And I am not joking when I say that. And your father is a born-again Christian. You're supposed to be a Christian. You're supposed to be a child of God. Your father is meant to be a man of God. And here you are telling me that if you saw a video of an actual human being getting their head blown off by a shotgun, that you wouldn't find that traumatizing considering that you're a kid. But you find the lyrics to the most family-friendly, cute song creepy. It's like you find good things creepy. He's young, man. He's very young, man. I'm not too sure, but he's very young, man. But he literally finds cute and cuddly and innocent creepy and traumatizing. But he just said that he watched a video of someone's head being blown up by a shotgun and he wouldn't find that traumatizing. That is disturbing. And your generation disturbs me. Deeply disturbs me. Anyway, moving on.
But it doesn't bother me in games. But in real life I'll be disturbed.
That's what I asked you.
Jonathan would love the wrong turn.
That's what I asked
movies,
him.
But something like Hello Kitty is scary.
Nathan, I know you're young and you mightn't understand some of the questions I asked you, but that's what I asked you. I said not a video game, not a movie. I said in real life. So I'm going to ask you the question one final time very clearly. So Nathan, please listen to what I'm asking you. If you right now saw a video of an actual person, let's say your teacher, your postman, somebody you actually know in real life, who
KC, my
actually
age is
exists,
personal.
a real human being, if you saw that person's head being blown off with a shotgun, guts, blood, bones, everything, real, if you saw that,
It's
would you,
nothing too personal, Nathan. Connie is just trying to understand you.
exactly, I'm trying to understand, would you be traumatized by that? That's what I'm asking you. I just want to be clear, as KC said, I just want to be clear. Because if that is the case, man, then your generation is fucked up. And I ain't talking about this woke shit. I ain't talking about being who you are. I'm talking about, like, your generation not finding, like, gore and real gore and
Maybe a
violence.
little bit.
Okay, the fact that you said maybe. The fact that you said maybe and followed that by a little bit, but you find a song from The Lion King, The Lion Sleeps Tonight, so traumatizing that you said, turn it off, turn it off, turn it off. This has traumatized me. You keep going on and on and on and on and on
The
about it.
younger generation
I'm going
is
to
very
take
fucked
that.
up, Connie.
It's beyond fucked up. Man, I swear to God, I'm not the most religious person going by any means. But this guy, his
Shut
father,
up, KC.
is a born-again Christian. No, Nate, I actually agree with him. Tell me shut up. I actually agree with him. Your generation is fucked up, man. If you just said to me that you would find another human, an actual human being's head being blown up by a shotgun, if you're telling me that you would maybe find it a little traumatizing, but then you find a fucking song like The Lion Sleeps Tonight extremely traumatizing, then your generation is completely fucked up in the head. Considering that your father is a born again Christian, you're supposed to be a child of God, your father is supposed to be a man of God, spreading love and peace and all that kind of carry on. And whoa, here we are. You find a video of
I'm
someone's
not
head.
like those other kids. I have a disorder.
Man, I'm not talking about disorders. I'm just saying as it is. I don't know what kind of disorder is out there where you find a video of someone's head being blown up, a little bit, maybe a little bit traumatizing, and then finding the lyrics
Equals
to The Lion
slash.
Sleeps Tonight, extremely traumatizing. I don't know what kind of disorder that is, to be honest with you. But look, I'm glad we could clear that up anyway. Thank you for answering my question, Nathan. I think you've cleared that up very well. And all I can say is, I'm not the most religious person going. That will be your area, Nathan. But some of your generation, man, is demonic. Yes, I just said that. I just went there. Your generation is fucking demonic.
I'm these nuts, to be honest.
Absolutely fucking demonic. Straight out of a fucking hellhole. So anyway, again, we see more artwork
I'm Sonic
of...
religious though.
Yeah, I kind of got that, Nathan. I kind of got that. Yeah, Sonic is your god. That's blasphemy, by the way. I'm sure your born-again Christian father wouldn't be too happy with blasphemy, no, would he?
Asterisk just shrugs. Asterisk I need to take the dog out.
No
Beautiful
problem.
bamboo forest, Connie.
There's a beautiful bamboo forest indeed. Probably where some of the enemies actually make their sticks, their cranes, their... I'm looking for a specific word, but I can't think of what to call it. A stick. I'll just call it a stick. Staff. That's the word. Staff. This is actually kind of, once again, this is an example of a revised location. This location would have been slightly revised in the final version. It looks like some kind of a pathway. I definitely don't remember there being a pathway, like a wooden bamboo pathway. I don't remember this in the slums area. And here we get a view of a very barbaric, raw looking, like warrior type fighter, This is the first boss. He is looking slightly different. I wasn't paying too much attention to him when he was kicking my ass and I was kicking his ass when I was playing the game.
I
But
don't want to see someone head cut off, to be honest, because that's messed up. Like you said, Johnny, I agree with you on that.
you're just
They
going back on
needed
your
to add
word now.
Bambo Forest in the game, BRB.
Nathan, you're going back on your word now. I asked you very clearly. I've got 6 people watching, and they're happy. They're very welcome to comment to say that that I wasn't clear. I was clear. KC was here as well. I'm sure KC will agree that I was very clear when I asked you. I clearly asked you, and you clearly said maybe a little bit. And you also very clearly expressed how traumatized the line Sleeps Tonight made you. No, I'm not going to go around in circles on this one. I'm moving on. So yeah, I think he does. He definitely looks a little bit different, all right, in his early concept art. Definitely. I mean, especially with the hairstyle of the first concept art, he definitely looks a little bit different there. On the far right, then you see rough sketches of what looks like to be his attack patterns and various designs for his weapons as well. I like the second one from the top down. That looks interesting. And here is some concept art for the infamous, the club level, the second level, the level that has kicked so
Before I
many.
go, Gonny, I just need to say something to Nathan real quick.
Sure, fire away. Fire away. The level that has kicked so many Sifu players' ass and then some. So this is like promotional art for the burning, which is like the event that like Sean is kind of organizing in the club. I like how it's featuring Howie Lee. He's actually the musical composer of Sifu. Some fantastic pieces of music in this game. 10 p.m. And on the right hand side, then you see some concept art for.
Gakko. I love Gakko. Gakko gives me like making Sonic. Gakko puts me in.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do. Sure you do. So these pieces of concept art seem very true enough to
Be
the.
careful what you do and say on the internet. And to whom you trust. The internet is a very mitigated environment.
Sure is. Sure is. But the way the Sifu is standing by those
I
steps,
wanted
though,
to be here.
that looks a little bit different to the final version, though. The positioning of those steps, though. I don't remember those steps being that steep. So that might look slightly. Oh no! Wait a second. There's actually even like a fighting. Wait, I just noticed it.
BBL.
There's literally like an
Roger that,
octagon.
KC.
There's literally like an octagon there. So you can't zoom in, so I actually had to physically stand up and look at the screen, squint my eyes because I'm gone blind, old age kicking in. So that was not there anyway. No, there was a pit in the final.
meant sorry, wanted to be worried.
Yeah. So there's actually a pit in the final version of Sifu that you drop down to. But this is new. This is definitely new, and it started off by saying it was the same as the full version, but it actually isn't. I like that. I would prefer to be inside an octagon. What do these developers be thinking? Like when they cancel these ideas, I would have loved to be able to step into the octagon. You know what I mean? And do a bit of mixed martial arts in Sifu. That would have been great. That would have been great now. And here we get to see some concept art for the enemies in the club. I don't recognize any of them in particular, to be honest with you. I really don't. But then again, when you're playing Sifu, you know, these enemies are coming at you, they're kicking your ass, you're trying to dodge, avoid, get out of the way, kick their ass. You don't really be staring at their, oh, look at your shoes. Where did you get your shoes from? You know, it's not what you're going to be doing in Sifu. So, you know, maybe this is my first time looking at these characters up close and personal. So the kind of the look of the club enemies is very urban, obviously, very urban. You know,
There's a holy person on Rainbow Rangers. It's Johnny. Johnny is going to kick them in the D's nuts area.
Yeah. So very urban, like kind of like how to explain? Urban looking, basically. And here we get a shot at the club. I'm trying to visualize it. It is looking slightly. I haven't paid attention to that screen at the top. I don't think that screen was there. But then again, like I don't be paying too much attention. But I think looking at it, it is slightly different. It is slightly different to the final version of the club. Now this is definitely different. This is the burning area of the club area. This is like kind of leading into the battle with Sean. But it would appear that that's actually Sean standing on that stage. I think. But that's actually not where you fight Sean. Sean is actually beyond that door. Where Sifu is standing, Sean is actually beyond that door. So it is kind of slightly different position compared to the final version. And here we see Sean himself. Almost looks like he's it almost looks like he's setting himself on fire on the right because he's got this like bottle of alcohol and there's like fire coming out of it. His staff is on fire as well. He's holding something on the left image. So I definitely, these two pieces of concept art of Sean are obviously different to the final version of Sifu. Because he doesn't have all that kind of, I don't remember him having that kind of like white paint on his face and body. On the right hand side, you get to see his attack patterns. And underneath, you get to see his different designs for his staff. Looking smaller than his actual. I would have preferred that they were that small, to be honest with you. They look broken as well. They look like a broken staffs. So I kind of wonder, like, did he actually break it over the head of Sifu before he actually started the fight or something like that?
Stream.
Cole saying you're not so much at
Again,
the end.
Sonic and Rainbow Rangers crossover. I mean, yeah, I hate Rainbow Rangers, but if the show had Sonic in one episode, I would watch it because it's Coulson.
So first of all, Coulson, you are very welcome back to Green Hill Gaming for another live stream of Sifu, a special live stream of Sifu. So considering that I got the platinum in Sifu, I thought it would be nice to showcase and discuss the art of Sifu. So Coulson, hope you're doing well and I hope you enjoyed the live stream. And how can I put it? You're basically halfway through the live stream. This is halfway through the live stream. But don't worry about that. And Nathan is just talking about Rainbow Rangers and Gakko, so yeah, okay. So the next piece of art. So this is the museum now. This will be the third level
Yo, Nathan,
in
also
Sifu.
Johnny, how have you been?
I have been very well. Thank you for asking, Coulson. What about yourself? So this is a promotional like pamphlet, it would look like, on the left hand side for the
Africa
museum.
By Toto.
Food. It's actually a good song, actually, Africa by Toto. And you get to see some of the exhibitions on the right hand side as well. So, Coulson, what you're going to like about the Art of Sifu is how some things never actually made it to the final version of Sifu. So here we see the temporary exhibition.
Coulson, get hyped for new Sonic Gakka.
Sonic Gakka, yay.
I'm good been doing research for my Nintendo Switch and seeing what I get for online and out.
It's always best to do that. Always, look into what you're actually buying before you buy it. It goes with anything, consoles, games, anything. Be sure 100% what you're actually buying before you actually hand over your money. So here we see Sifu fighting an enemy in a very nice looking area that I don't think it made it to the final version, or at least it's slightly altered. I like the piece of concept art underneath it. That did make
Also,
it to the
did you
final
say I
version.
get Smash Ultimate for online or no?
Oh, well, you don't get Super Smash Bros. Ultimate for free. No. What I was trying to say was that it's one of the games you can play online. So obviously one of the basic features of Nintendo Switch Online is obviously the ability to play your games online, and Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is one of those games you can play online. I think that's what I was trying to say. Sorry if I confused you. I hope you didn't think that you were getting Super Smash Bros. Ultimate free. That would be great. I don't think any company offers anything like that. No, to be honest with you. But yeah. So moving on to the next piece of art. So here we have, now I can't tell if this is all the main enemies you fight in the museum, including Lady Kraka herself, which I believe is on the far left. I could be wrong now. Or else they're just in general, maybe these are just the enemies you face. Maybe the enemy on the far left isn't the boss of the museum, but they're looking very stylized compared to, the slums and the club. You can see the further you progress into seafood, the further you progress into the levels, the enemies are looking a lot more stylized here now. They're really very, very stylized here. Very clean, very well dressed, you know. So at the start of the live stream, I spoke about how
Coulson, are you going to get Sonic Colors Ultimate on Switch as well? Because that's my favorite Switch game, Coulson.
yeah, Sonic Colors is the best of the best when it comes to modern 3D Sonic games. I would recommend that game to anyone. So look at that guy sitting down reading a newspaper. So he would have probably admired the expeditions of the museum, and now he's sitting down reading a museum or reading a newspaper. There's somebody coming down the stairs, there's somebody leaning on the counter. This level is full of life. And one thing and you can see people walking down the stairs as well. So on the right hand side. So I'm actually disappointed that in the final version
He looks like Skinny Botnik.
Skinny Panic. So they kind of removed they didn't they pretty much removed the life of the levels in some cases. Now there is characters in the final version.
Are there any games I get for online bundle also at Nathan?
Are there any games I get for online bundle? I'm not quite sure what you mean there, Nate. For the online bundle. What do you mean by online bundle? No, Coulson. So there's your basic Nintendo Switch online subscription for $20, which will give you online play, access to the Nintendo Switch Online mobile app, including voice chat and in-game services, the ability to back up your save files to the cloud, access to SNES and SNES games, and exclusive rewards like game trials and Tetris 99, and the new rewards and missions, where basically the more you interact with Nintendo Switch Online, you get platinum coins that you can spend both digitally and physically. If you pay an extra €20, you will get access to the expansion pack, which will give you access to Sega Mega Drive and N64 games, as well as free DLC like Animal Crossing, Happy Home Paradise, and the upcoming Mario Kart 8 Deluxe DLC. But I'm not quite sure what you mean by bundle.
Apparently Nathan is scared of Katniss. I'll try it, Nathan. Okay, Coulson. Siri died on chat. What Gonnie said.
Siri died in chat. Who killed Siri? Who killed Siri? The Revenge of Siri. Sorry if I missed some comments. Blame Siri, blame YouTube.
Rip my question.
YouTube. Oof, with the chat.
Rip Coulson, he was Jesus.
To play like free, I need to know if I. Sorry, no, Corson, I'm actually still a bit confused. I'm not quite sure what you're asking me. To play like free, what do you mean by to play like free? What do you mean by to play? You can't play Switch games for free. You can't play any online game for free on any console. I think the only game you can play for free online is like Fortnite.
Sheltering, 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 shelter.
Sheltering. So I'm not quite sure what you're asking me. So on a basic level, to play your games online on Switch, you need to get a Nintendo Switch online membership. Um,
Okay, Johnny, do I get free games? Or no, or do I have to buy? Okay, so what does the $50 that comes with the classic games do?
okay. First of all, it's not $50, it's actually $40, as far as I'm aware. It might be $50 in your area, but it was €40 for me, so I'm just going by my side of things. So once again, I'm going to say this to you again. So,
I'm sheltering because my evil sister is home.
okay.
$50 is $1 in gold points, Colson. $20 is 25 cents in gold points. To get free games on the Switch, you must pay Nintendo their subscription.
Oh, that's a completely
It's
different.
50 in us.
Yeah, is it 50 in the US? Okay. So for $50, you get access to a growing library of classic games from NES, SNES, N64, and Sega Mega Drive. You also get free DLC like Animal Crossing Happy Home Paradise and the upcoming Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and in future I presume that more DLC would become available
Colson, I do
for
also
free as
recommend
well.
Sega Genesis Classics on Switch.
So that's where you get
Yes. Okay, my fault. Johnny made it seem like I get Smash Ultimate and those games for free. I was confused, as I didn't know anything about
No,
it.
you're not going to get a
What
free
Gonny
game.
said.
You're not going to get it like a free game like Smash Brothers for subscribing to a Nintendo Switch online membership. You're not going to get like a blockbuster game for free like that on any online service. Um, but I'm sorry if I confused you there, Coulson. But yeah, so that's what you get for
Focus.
that's what you get for €50 a year. But obviously then like
Earthbound, elbow cup.
that's on top Earthbound. That's on top of obviously being able to play your,
Splasters lol.
but not quite actually.
But thank you.
No, you're welcome, but not quite. I have PS Plus. I love PS Plus, but
Back
not
to the
quite.
stream.
You're not actually going to get. No, I just want to clarify that, Coulson,
Not what
if
I
if you
meant,
don't
Gonny.
mind.
I meant buying the family membership.
So with PS Plus, like you're not going to get like Spider-Man, Miles Morales for free. With PS Plus, you're not going to get Gran Turismo 7 for free. Like Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is like a blockbuster, Switch game. You know, um, I know it's
Well,
been.
no, but you get Plus
You
games.
do get PS Plus games, yes, you do. But the point I'm trying to make is Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, like, is like a blockbuster
Yeah, I know now.
Switch game. I know it's been out a while. I get that,
Johnny
but
the gamer, can he play it? Johnny the gamer, yes he can. Nathan Coulson, Casey and Ralph Carlo too. Coulson nodding on the Switch is free.
but but there's been plenty of games, like for instance, as I mentioned, like Spider-Man is not free on PS Plus, to my knowledge anyway. And look, what I'm trying to say to you is like you're not going to just
I
get a
know we've
game.
been over this.
You're not just going to get a game like Super Smash Bros. Ultimate for free for like €50 a year, Coulson. Do you know what I mean? But what you do get is a growing library of classic games from NES to SNES to N64 to Mega Drive, and if
I
you
was confused, bro.
no, you're fine. I'm glad I clear things up for you anyway. So you don't get Super Smash Brothers for free if you get Nintendo Switch Online. So I think we can.
Sorry I sound rude.
No, you're
KC,
fine.
Fortnite is free, but we all know Fortnite is bullcrap.
Yeah, fuck Fortnite. You're fine. You're fine. Don't worry about it. So I think I've explained over and over again what you get for Nintendo Switch Online. But as far as like free, like your focus seems to be what can I get for free? That's okay. There's lots of people like that. Okay, what do I get for free? What do I get for free? Free, free, free. Okay. Well, what you get for free, basically, like obviously once because it's not really free, is it? Because you're actually paying money. Same to a PS Plus. Like people say, like, oh, your games are free. You're actually not getting it for free. You're actually paying your PS Plus. You're actually
You
paying
play
60 euro.
Fortnite, fucker.
You're you're actually paying 60 euro a year to
Pokemon
get those
Unite, shelter in.
to get those free games. Same with Xbox as well, and same with Nintendo. Like you're not actually getting them for free. You're actually paying a monthly, yearly subscription. So again, to answer your question, Colson, so what you get for free, as I mentioned, if you have the basic Nintendo Switch Online subscription for $20, I presume it's $20, maybe it's $25, I don't know, it's €20 here when you're in Ireland. You get free NES and SNES games. And you also get exclusive games like Pac-Man 99, Tetris 99, and you get free game trials. One of those free trials for me was actually Overwatch, which actually got me into the game. I got to play it over the weekend, full game over the weekend as well. So that's what you get for your basic Nintendo Switch Online membership. And again, if you pay the extra money for the expansion pack, you get access to free N64 and Mega Drive games, as well as free DLC for new release games like Animal Crossing Happy Home Paradise and the DLC for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. So I hope that clears things up for you in terms of what you're actually getting for free, so-called free anyway. You're paying money for it, but so that way you're free. And as Casey, thank you, Casey, for pointing out, as you pointed out, um, there is actually on top of that, there's actually the points system. So you can get gold Nintendo points and you can get platinum Nintendo points. The gold points you get every time you basically purchase anything, whether it's a game, digitally or physically, whether it's DLC, even if you get something from the My Nintendo store, you will build up
BBL.
gold points.
Pokemon Unite, shelter in. I used to play Fortnite, but I stopped playing and hating it, because bad toxic people are coming into
Yeah,
Fortnite. That's why I hate Fortnite now.
Fortnite is shit.
Like what? I didn't mean to make it seem like do I get free games. I just wondered if buying that membership came with a bonus. My bad if it came out way.
Oh, you're fine, you're fine. But you do get the bonus. If you pay for the expansion pack, you're getting access to N64 and Mega Drive games. That's a bonus. You also get access to free DLC like Happy Home Paradise and the upcoming Mario Kart 8 Deluxe DLC. That's a bonus.
That's all I meant.
No, you're fine. So that's
Like
the
people on Fortnite ask you for things and the second you say no, they admittedly start saying word shit like, I always wanted to stab you. Yay.
Yeah. So sorry about my live chat. My live chat seems to be acting up. YouTube. Oh, it's amazing. Google, such an advanced technical company, and they're as useful as a knitted condom. But I hope I can clear things up for
You're
you.
helping the small indie studio Nintendo out. Shelter in. Siri bad.
Sorry about your bad in this live chat. Sorry about that. I'll just look at my phone instead of my TV screen. So anyway, that was
100%
extreme.
helped me.
Well, I'm glad to hear that anyway. I'm glad to hear that. So yeah. And I know, because I just know these things. I know that there are, people listening to me right now and saying, oh, listen to that Nintendo fanboy. You swear he was being paid by Nintendo to lick Nintendo's ass. What the fuck am I playing right now, you absolute spasticated cunt? Sifu on a PlayStation 5, which I platinumed. So, yes.
Johnny is a sellout streamer.
I'm a sellout. They're paying me. But yeah, I also have PlayStation Plus as well, which I think is a great service. So yeah, just wanted to clarify that. So this is the museum concept art, and as I pointed out, you can see the characters, and they're all like lively.
I had to get leave real quick, because I was shoving Rusties up my butt.
Okay, Nin, I'm sure you're born again Christian pastor father wouldn't be too happy for you to be saying stuff like that. So I would have preferred if they actually had a lot more life in the final version of Sifu. But what can you do? And now here is a very different looking museum boss, Lady Kuruku, I think is her name. She definitely looks different here. Not quite sure if
Connie
that's...
also has her Xbox S and Game Pass.
Yeah, I like to use it as a
I'll ask more
paperweight.
later on this month also. Damn UKC rubbing off on Nathan.
I like to use it as a paperweight. I'll ask more later on this. Ask me anything, man. It's fine, but it's all up there online anyway, and you can go back and replay my earlier live stream where I
Same, I have PS Plus and Game Pass.
showcased the Nintendo Switch Online
He's
and
Christian,
what it has
but
to
I
offer.
don't know if he's born again.
Doesn't quite make any sense, but okay. Because if he's a pastor, then wouldn't you have to be born again? I don't quite understand that religion too well, to be honest with you. But yeah.
Dinoco is real.
I don't know who Dinoco is, but okay. And here we see some up close and quite disturbingly personal concept art for, once again, the museum boss. Looking, again, just very, very creepy. But different looking though. She definitely looks different there. And you can see on the top right some of her deadly attack patterns. Believe me, she's got like some of the most deadly attacks out of all of the bosses, to be honest with you. Especially when she runs towards you. You do not want to be on the receiving end of her attack when she runs towards you. Believe me. Believe me. And here we have this is the Torah, which is the 4th level. I'm just paying attention to the right-hand corner of the screen. It's looking very different. So that looks like a lecture hall. Yeah, it looks like some kind of a lecture hall or a conference hall or something like that, which was definitely did not make it to the final version of the game, that's for sure. The bottom area looks like we are fighting the final sub-boss before you head into the main boss itself. And it looks like there's a sledgehammer there. Look at the bottom. Look at the bottom. That is, to me, looks like a sledgehammer. I could have had a... Oh God, would I have loved... Would I have loved to bring a sledgehammer into that fucking boss battle and just squash that bitch? Oh dear God. And then we have like a magazine clipping, the new El Dorado.
I'm good been doing research for my Nintendo Switch and seeing what I get for online and out. I'll ask more later on this month also. Damn UKC rubbing off on Nathan. Same, I have PS Plus and Game Pass.
Sorry about
Dinoco is real. I love pre-game art.
Sorry about the live chat. I'll pay more attention to my phone, that's what I'll do. I love pre-game art. Sorry, Colson. YouTube, everyone. Look at how advanced YouTube is. Yay.
Lol.
And here once again we have more concept art for the tower. And it's a nice piece of scroll on the right hand
YouTube
side.
never has problems.
Man, YouTube has more problems than
Fat
Nathan.
Botnik should be a playable Sifu character, and Rainbow Rangers should be added to Sifu, so Johnny can put his foot up their butt.
As I was literally just pointing out, Nathan has a lot of problems. But yeah, I would love to be able to do that to their suit now. And here we have some more very stylized Matrix looking, especially the second enemies. Yeah, very, very, very stylized indeed.
YouTube has more problems than a 40-year-old married couple.
That's a good one. That is actually a good one. So here we are once again in the tower, and you can just, I mean, there's a lot more. I mean, look, it looks like a security guard is on the right hand. Is that a security? Could possibly be. No, I think it's no, it's just a normal, like pedestrian. So there's a lot more life. Look at the guy leaning on the counter, right?
If I was in Rainbow Rangers, I would be scared because I'm scared of girls because they laughed at me over song.
Well, fuck them. Fuck them. Fuck them. And we still haven't explained why you find that song so traumatizing, but still, fuck them. Fuck them. But I would have liked, though, if, again, I know I keep saying this, but I just look at all these characters and they're all kind of, doing all different things, kind of, the devil's
I would
levels
beat
feel a
this
lot
game
more
if I
alive.
was Sifu smiling face with horns.
I would love to be Sifu in real life. Now, this is a very revised location in the tower. That is Yen Feng. I think her name is Yen Feng anyway. That is when you encounter her. But this room, this conference, not a conference room, but this her office is very, very different to the final version. It's a lot more homely, and I love it. I just like the way it looks. I really do. I really, really do. And it differs in the final version. It really does differ in the final version.
Coulson, I crown you as Sifu Johnny, is the twin brother Seafood. I'm just starting News M.
Coulson, I crown you as Sifu. Johnny is the. What about me? I'm the guy that platinumed the fucking game. If anyone is Sifu, it's me. Johnny is the twin brother Seafood. I'm just starting the museum. Oh, good job. Good job, Coulson, for reaching the museum. Honestly,
No, Johnny,
well
you my
done.
underling.
Well, who platinumed the game? Oh, it was me. Who only reached the museum? Oh, it was you. Joke. Well, I mean seriously, but joking as far as being a rude ass motherfucker. And here, this is very interesting. This is absolutely interesting here now, right? Because this is your main character, Sifu, on his
I got
hands,
everything in Sonic Colors Ultimate.
on his hands and knees, bowing
Who
to
22nd boss on his 3-time me he. Friendly banter.
friendly banter all the way. Wait, who 22nd boss on his 3-time me? I don't know what the hell that means, but all I know is I platinum Sifu. Friendly banter indeed, friendly banter indeed. So Sifu on his hands and knees bowing to Jian Feng, the fourth boss. That is very unusual. Why is he
Coulson, how old are
bowing?
you, boss?
How is Why is he bowing to her? Because he's pretty much went up to every boss in this game and just straight up kicked their ass and didn't ask any questions beforehand, didn't bow to them or anything. So it's very, very strange how he's doing that in this concept art, because he does not do that in the final version, needless to say. And speaking of which, this is one of the most annoying bosses in Sifu. Her attacks are just, the fuck is that? Firework? Who the fuck is setting fireworks off a 10th of fucking 1, you absolute spasticated cunt? Fireworks. Attention-seeking spastics.
I was 20-year-old and beat the second boss on my third attempt is what I meant. Also, do you recommend Sonic Racing from the PS Plus this month?
They just want to make as much noise as possible. Pay attention to me, everyone. Look at me, I'm making noise. I'll stick that firework up your fucking hole and let me make some noise. Anyway, I was 20 years old and beat the second boss on my third attempt is what... Well, that is a very good thing. A very good thing indeed. But you know what's better? Getting the platinum. Haha. Oh, and you know what's actually slightly better? Actually, no, it's not quite as good as getting a platinum, but defeating Yang at the age of 25.
She's known for being the Rainbow Ranger's grandmother.
Okay, fun fact, thank you. So yeah, Zhen Feng has one of the most deadliest attacks of any of the bosses in
Loser.
Sifu.
Also, I'm 16 turning 17 on the 28th this month.
Who's a loser? The guy that platinum Sifu. Did you platinum Sifu?
I got this, Johnny. I'll pass you soon enough.
Let's see. Let's see if you can. Well, I don't know if you can pass me because I've already done it. I've gotten to the end of the game at age 20. I got to the Sanctuary with age 20, which is the final level. I platinumed it. I got all the talismans. I've got the bad ending, the good ending, and the true ending. And I platinumed it.
Happy early birthday then, Coulson. Less deaths, loser.
But how can you get less deaths? I got to the end of the game on 20. So what you need to
Only
do
10 through the whole game, bet.
So what you need to do is you need to defeat Yang with age 24. Good luck with that one, because I've passed everything.
Thursday is 5-year anniversary of the Switch being released.
So good luck with that one, Coulson. Good luck with that one. So what you have to do is defeat Yang with an age of 24. And yeah,
I'll do
5
it at 23 just to flex on you also, thank you, Nathan.
flex away, man. I got to see that, man. Yeah, do it, man. Do it. I challenge you. I challenge you. The guy that platinum Sifu got to the end of the game at age 20, got all the endings, the talismans, unlocked all the abilities, is
No
challenging you.
problem, Coulson.
Do it. Do it, Coulson. Get in the age 23 to flex. I can't wait. I can't wait to see that. But yeah, 5 years of the Switch.
I'll upload when I'm on him, watch me.
And what's interesting is that is generally the end of a console's life cycle. 5 years. And
I'm a laugh at you.
I'm going to laugh at you when you completely fail. Do you know who you're talking to? You're talking to the guy that platinum Sifu, got to the end of Sifu with an age of 20, motherfucker. I'd be laughing at you. So you're
Also,
talking.
who's the third boss?
So you're talking fantasy. I'm talking reality. You're talking the fantasy of platinum Sifu. You're talking the fantasy
Also,
of
Coulson,
getting
who's that dude on your picture?
age 23 against Yang. I'm talking reality. Because the reality is I platinum Sifu. The reality is I got to the end of the game with age 20.
I platinumed Fortnite, get on my level, loser smiling face with horns.
Well, you're the loser for platinum Fortnite. I'm only joking. You can't even get a trophy in Fortnite. Thankfully, anyway. Thankfully. But as I was saying about as Nathan mentioned, the 5 year anniversary of the Nintendo Switch is coming up.
Ichigo from the anime called Bleach.
Is coming up soon.
It's Ichigo from Bleach.
And all the anime heads are interrupting me. Shut up, anime heads.
Trophies.
Shut up, anime heads. I don't give a fuck about Fortnite. Fuck your trophies. And the trophy that matters to me is the platinum in Sifu, which you don't have. But yeah. So generally speaking, 5 years is the end of a console life cycle. But the funny thing is, going into Switch's 5th year, we have. It was just announced the brand new Pokemon game at the end of this year. The sequel to Breath of the Wild is coming out this year. Splatoon 3 is coming out this year. Kirby is coming out this year. Bayonetta 3 is coming out this year. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is coming out this year. We are just getting started. As the Nintendo president stated, this is the midlife
Coulson
of the
and Johnny,
Nintendo
what
Switch.
would you do if you were in an all-girls school?
Why would you be? Well, I'd look down between my legs and I'd say, fuck me, I'm on the wrong school. Because why would I be in an all-girls school if I'm not a girl? I would do.
Also, didn't they say something about PS5 and Series X are the last of their consoles? She looks like a spy from Biok.
I know there was something about Xbox. I think Xbox Series X is going to be the final physical Xbox, and going forward, I think they will focus on service like Game Pass and xCloud. I don't know. I think PlayStation is going to continue doing physical consoles. Nintendo is definitely going to continue doing consoles. So yeah. But anyway, this is the 4th boss, Yenfeng, and that attack, that whatever weapon she has there, is just one of the most deadliest attacks. When she swings that man, she can swing that man from here to fucking Mexico, to be honest with you. And if it gets you,
Coulson, answer my question, please.
You do not want to be on the receiving end of that. Believe me. So here is concept art for the final level, the Sanctuary. So, oh my fucking god. So this is the healing house. Again, looking slightly different to the final version of the Sanctuary in Sifu.
NVM.
This looks quite
Man, I
similar.
want a Kung Fu zombie game now, and I would look between my legs and head out like Johnny.
Exactly. Why would you be in an all-girls school if you're not a girl? I don't understand that. It's a strange one. Strange one altogether. A Kung Fu zombie game. That's an interesting one. I think there actually is a Kung Fu zombie game. I think there actually is literally a game called Kung Fu Zombies on Dreamcast. Seriously, I'm going to Google that. There actually is. I'll double check that now, Coulson.
I would be scared and cry, then run away.
Uh-huh.
I
Well,
don't have a problem with anyone, so I would be fine. And are you serious?
I'll soon find out, won't we? I'm Googling it now.
Oh, Nathan.
Okay, maybe not. No, it's called Kung Fu. No, never mind. No, hold on a
Yes,
second.
I'm serious. I wanna be a Kung Fu zombie god. Kimbasha.
There's a game called Zombie Revenge. And let me just type in the actual name this time.
Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah, Kung Fu Panda. There we go. Zombie Revenge. Zombie Revenge is a beat 'em up video game.
And Nathan, I'm sorry.
Released for arcades and Dreamcast in 1999. Armed with their fists, feet, and whatever weapons they should find along the way, players are tasked with riding an unarmed city of zombies. So that's the closest to a Kung Fu zombie game that you're ever going to get. So this piece of concept art,
I want Johnny to get new Super Lucky Tail on Switch so he can stream it. Wow. It's like the advert of The Last Airbender.
Now pay attention, stalkers of Green Hill Gaming, who to this day
It's
still
okay, Coulson.
believe that I'm some kind of a Nintendo fanboy. Pay very close attention, in fact record this, because I'm actually going to criticize Nintendo. Wow, he's going to criticize Nintendo, everyone. Oh my god. So
Imagine as if you X World War Z though it's fire.
So Nathan, you mentioned what was the name of that game you mentioned?
He's not a sellout, what?
Super Lucky Tail on Switch. The thing is, the Switch can't do streaming because Nintendo can't do online properly. That's the thing.
I am.
So unfortunately, I wouldn't be able to stream the game, but I would be able to stream
My
it from my
bullies also criticize
phone.
me and think I'm stupid because I love Sonic. Kind of.
Well, you'd be a lot more stupid if you liked Fortnite, put it that way. Do you know what I mean? And
It's on PlayStation 2 as well, Johnny.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd be interested in that game, to be honest with you. And this is the Sanctuary.
Love Sonic enough to fuck him.
Oh, Jesus, Casey. Jesus Christ. This is where you this looks different though. This is kind of as you're heading into the area where you fight Yang. And here is oh Jesus H Christ. This is
Hey man, don't let them get to you. Everyone has a like. For example, people
exactly,
who love anime got bullied a lot. Now look, it's a trend. Wait for th.
And anyone who plays Fortnite is in no position to judge you for liking any game. Full stop. This is where you fight Yang for the final time. Well, not really the final time actually, because the final time is when you actually spare him. But I just I'm Nathan. I'm traumatized from this area because like
Love Sonic too much where I didn't care about the Sonic Colors Ultimate glitches. I love this one, Gonny.
Me too.
I'ma take the L and crank 90s, then I'll beat your crappy platinum.
I'm gonna take the L and crank 90s, then
I agree with you, Coulson.
How can you beat
the foggy one was Mayfav on the picture.
How can you beat my platinum? You either get the platinum or you don't get the platinum. But you can't beat my platinum. You can't get an extra platinum. The special Coulson edition platinum. For fuck's sake. The only thing you can do is to get a younger age than 25 against Yang to beat me, because I've done everything in the game. I've 100% this game. I've unlocked all the abilities. I've got all the talismans. I've got all the endings. I've reached the end of the game at age 20.
I'm built different. My dad works at Microsoft.
And I got my trophy.
Coulson the video game.
Is your dad Phil Spencer? So slap his hole if he is. And wait, I said at the very beginning of the live stream, I don't know if anybody was with me at the beginning of the live stream, but I said pay close attention. I said take a mental,
BRB.
no problem. I said take a mental image of the early design for Sifu. Now pay attention to the lineup on the top, like the middle top middle of your screen, because the first guy is actually that character. Now, I believe they're actually twin brothers, so that's probably what explains it. But that is literally the same design that they were going to use for Sifu. So they actually were going to use it for a younger version of Yang as well. So this is basically Yang, the guy that just
Yes, Nathan, I made my own video game called Coulson is superior to Johnny also. Wow, that's insane.
It is insane, isn't it?
Mexican Jesus.
It's Mexican Jesus. Fucking hell. So it's actually Yang, but nonetheless. This is just this guy, man. But I'm gonna give people all joking aside, Coulson, all joking aside, you're doing a great job with Sifu. I mean, getting to the museum is a fantastic achievement, and be proud of that. I'm actually going to give you advice going into the Yang battle if you ever make it that far to the game. I'm only joking. My advice is to parry. I didn't think I could actually do a
I'm
good
trying
job
my
parrying.
best.
Oh, you are definitely, man. I'm sorry, man, if I came across as being like an
But your
absolute
that's
prick.
final boss and Sifu.
I was just joking. I was just a bit of banter, but plenty of banter here. I mean, on Green Hill Gaming. Believe me, we don't hold back when it comes to the banter on Green Hill Gaming. That's for sure. But I'm going to give you advice. Just
Johnny
parry,
should have taken a selfie with Yang.
parry, parry his attacks. Just and bring in the staff. There's a sub boss. There's a sub boss you fight. You would have seen it in my live streams anyway. But there's a sub boss before you head into the
I
battle
beat the
with
second
Yang.
boss age 20 by just hitting left stick L1.
There you go, man. Keep doing that, man. If it works, keep doing it, man. That will take it to the end of the game with an age of 20, man. And you could even get a younger age than me, man. You could get age 20 after defeating Yang. Believe me, man, you can do it, man. But you need to bring that staff with you. Bring that staff with you from the sub boss before the battle with Yang. Keep parrying, attack him, parry, attack, parry, attack. I mean, obviously do a bit of avoiding in between as well, like, but that's going to be your winning formula against kicking this motherfucker's ass. So then at the right hand corner, you see him doing his various attack patterns and him sitting down.
Is it bad that the enemies are harder than the bosses, lol?
No, it's actually a very interesting observation because I also experienced that. There's actually quite a lot of enemies and quite a lot of sub bosses that actually are harder than the bosses, and that's not an exaggeration by any means. So here we have a very cool image of Sifu either about to do his strong leg sweep or else he's being knocked on his ass. But I want you to also pay attention to what's around his waist. It's an early design for the
legend
pendants.
Himself.
The legend himself. It's an early design for the. You're going to like this, Coulson. You're going to like this. It's an early design for the pendant. The pendant are, those
Nothing
circular.
reminded me of Lego Cannibals. It's a game where Lego Manette their own and stuck their brothers' heads on spears.
Well, that sounds very lovely. So those coin things that break the more you age. It's an early design for that. And here it is. So on the far left, this is the only fucking left really. On the left hand corner of your screen, you can see these pendants, right?
WTF.
This is Sifu's power. This is how Sifu is able to come back to life. And these circular discs, they will eventually break the more times he comes back to life. And once they all break, he can no longer come back to life. That's what made it to the final game. That's what Sifu has around his waist in the final version of Sifu. But pay attention.
What those are.
But pay attention. That's cool. Pay attention to the right side. These are all the various designs that Slow Cap did for that. So if you actually pay attention to
yes, the power to fuck.
Jesus Christ, Casey.
The blue one looks cool.
It does actually. So it didn't quite make it to the art here, but it did go through a lot of changes, as you can see. Lots of different designs that they were experimenting with, which is pretty cool to see, really. Like, they all did kind of different ideas. But yeah, very, very interesting stuff. Very, very interesting stuff indeed. And here we have Sifu bowing and praying to skill tree, which I actually think I still love it. I love that. I love the fact that there's an actual skill tree, an actual tree in Sifu. I don't know if other games have done that. I can't remember, to be honest with you. But you literally start the game with like a
They look
small,
like candy.
with a small tree, and the more abilities you
Oh hey
unlock.
Johnny, did you get a chance to check out that video I linked you?
I
Back
didn't,
my
to be
crap smelled good, I was sad to flush.
Jesus Christ, man. KC, man, you're like some kind of a toxic virus, man. You're just turning everyone into like this like filthy, dirty bastard.
Asterisk laugh so.
Man, honestly, man, what the fuck, KC, man? You're infecting my viewers, man, with your vulgarness. Your absolute
You
vulgar.
better
That's
check it out today or
disgusting, man.
else.
Or else Nathan is gonna fling
The
his
skill tree
shit at
must
your
be
face.
fucked. KC, stay away.
Stay away from us. No, I'm only joking. I'm only joking. So there it is. There's the progression of the skill tree. I never thought in a million years I'd be like saying that and showing this, but it literally does grow as you unlock more abilities. So it literally grows as you grow, basically.
I'm going to kick KC's butt.
And then he's going to kick your shitty butt. God, that's disgusting. See, I'm even getting mad now myself. I think these could be the trophy art. I'm not quite sure. I can't
Oh,
actually
sorry, I'll
remember.
calm down.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I'm not sure what these icons actually are. They could be the trophy icons.
Yay, Nathan, fight back.
And that's it. That's the
Also,
digital
they are wow.
art of Sifu. So yeah, so I suppose the rest of the live stream. So Colson, you missed the very beginning of this, so I want to show you something. So you would have seen early designs um, for Yang. Pay attention to the right hand corner of the screen. There's Sifu. That's the same. That's the same character design that they actually were bringing over for Yang. So they were kind of like they kind of recycled. They recycled that character design. What else?
Oh, I personally like this one. This one looks like some kind of personal stamp language. Oh, really?
Yeah, it's really cool, and you're gonna like this even more, Coulson. You know how in the final version of Sifu, you can only kind of like live up to the age of like 72, 74, your 70s basically. Well, so Slowcap were originally intending on um, having Sifu age all the way into his 90s, as you can
Coulson. I'm evil Tilda. Yay.
as you can clearly see on the far right corner of the screen. Sifu looking a lot more like Shang Tsung from Mortal Kombat. So I kind of cracked this. I kind of figured this out. So if you look at these columns, if you look at these headshots of Sifu, right? You look at the top left
Stay back, demon,
and
or
go
else.
down. If you look at the top left and go down, right? So at the top left, I believe that's Sifu in his 20s. Underneath
Also the Shang
30s,
Tsung.
underneath that 40s, at the bottom 50s,
Yes, Johnny.
then on the top of the right hand column, I believe that's so 20, I'm confused on 20, 40, 50, 60. So I believe the top is actually the 7, I'm confused now. 20, 30, 40, 50. At the top is 60, then underneath it is 70. But look at the last two columns. I believe that's 80s and 90s. Slowcap were originally intended on making Sifu live
Old
into his
Sifu looks
90s.
kinda sad.
Very old and very sad. But they probably removed the 80s and 90s because they probably wanted to make the game difficult. You know what I mean? Obviously, because that's exactly what this game ended up being, very difficult. But yeah, it's fascinating to
Casey,
see
are you
this.
boy or girl? Because you said you want to F-word Sonic and Fat Botnik.
Um, so yeah, it's interesting to see some of the changes.
I love this, reminds me of a guy from DC.
A guy from DC. Um, Also, what I wanted to show you, Colson, because you missed some of this, is a very young Sifu, which you do see in some of the cutscenes at the beginning of the game and the end of the game,
You
but
seem.
you never got to actually play as a very young Sifu. It would have been interesting if you actually did. Sifu's father
Now that's cool.
really is cool. This is cool as well. This would make for a fantastic like cover photo for Facebook or something like
Kinda
that, wouldn't
like
it?
you're in love with Jim Carrey, Nathan.
Probably is.
Man, I hate seeing how much they cut.
Yeah, me as well. Me as well, Coulson.
To be honest, I don't care for DC, to be honest.
Particularly when I'll show you now. Particularly when I want to show you this actually, Coulson. I want to show you this. This is a lineup of all the
Let me
bosses.
screenshot.
Yeah, you can screenshot this, and then I'm going to show you a couple of more things that I find really cool about this art. And then I'm going to have to round off the live stream because I am really, really tired tonight, I should say. Let me know when you've screenshotted it, by the way, please.
Johnny, forgive me what I'm fixing to do to Casey for saying, I'm in love with men, I love being single. Bet also, come on. DC is amazing. I did.
Okay, cool. So now look at this. This is a lineup of five of this is the lineup of the five bosses in Sifu. But I'm going to ask the live chat a question again, and knowing my luck, it's going to go quiet for the next 10 minutes.
I kicked Casey's butt.
So my question is this: what do you
Fat
find?
Botnik.
So again, this is a lineup of the five bosses in Sifu. What do you find different about this? Pay close attention from the left to
Night
the right.
Connie.
Oh, KC is leaving, is he? I didn't realize KC was leaving. Good night, KC, and I will see you in the next live stream. So yeah, so pay attention from the left all the way to the right. What is unusual? What is different?
Slightly smiling face.
What is strange about this lineup? Let me know. And I'm telling you, no, my luck, no, like everyone's going to leave the live stream. It's going to go quiet for like 10 minutes.
Beside the white hair girl looks different.
Beside the white hair girl looks different. Okay, that is true. But what I'm going to show you is, and it's going to blow your mind. So obviously, the boss on the far left is the first boss. Then beside him is Sean, which is the second boss. But look who's beside the third boss.
Casey, I kicked your butt because I don't have crush on Jim Carrey.
I mean second. Look who's beside the second boss. It's Yang, who's the final boss. He should be fifth. But look who's fifth is actually the fourth boss, Jen Fing. And what should be the third boss is the fourth boss. So basically Sean...
If that meant anything, he's just the leader, so he's in the front.
That's probably right. Yeah. But yeah, but still though, I don't know, man. I still think that they might have actually been going for Jen. I like personally, I like to believe that Jen Thing was intended to be the final boss because it doesn't look like they don't have like
But I would love that.
They don't have a separate border around him. There's no like light around him. He's not like, if I looked at that, Corson, if I looked at this image, I wouldn't think that the third boss is the main boss. I wouldn't be able to see that. So I'm going to go with my original theory.
Imagine a DLC where you played as the bosses throughout the years while Sifu trains.
That would be interesting. Being able to play as them would be interesting in general, yeah. Now look at this, Corson. What do you find different about this? Pay close attention to this image. This is obviously the window area in your apartment where you select your next level. But what's different about it? What's unusual about it? Or should I say what's familiar about it? Let me know.
Everything, it looks so much better.
Everything, it looks so much better. Okay, so I'm going to tell you. Okay, see, there's a right answer and there's a wrong answer. And I'm only joking. Basically, in this early concept art for the window area, they've merged the detective board and the items on that detective board with this area. So you can see the newspaper clippings and all the different items, all the different bits of paper, the sticky notes and all that is basically all around the window. So they've merged the two together. They merged the window and the detective board together, which I actually think is pretty cool. I think it makes more sense to have the actual separate detective
Sifu, the
board.
video game you play as Fat Botnik, and you team up with Jesus, and you gotta stop the Rainbow Rangers from destroying Fat Botnik's sit.
Game of the year.
Oh, that's kinda cool.
It's very cool, isn't it? Game of the year there, Nathan. What else was I want to show you? There was something else as well. To touch upon what you said there earlier about oh, you mentioned something about that they took you didn't like that they took away stuff from the game. I'm going to give you an example of that because I completely agree with you. So look at here at the. I think I might have you. Yeah, this is when I was. This is when I was kind of like, fucking like going on and on and on and on and on and on and on about Nintendo Switch Online. But look at this. This is the museum, right? This is an early concept art for the museum. But you can see a guy sitting down reading a newspaper, people walking
Yes.
down the stairs, people leaning against counters. There's a lot more life in this early concept of the museum. That didn't make it to the final version. Yeah, you got a couple of people here and there, but like they should have added more of them. Like there is areas in the final version, levels in the final version of Sifu that are just hanging around, sitting there, and they won't attack you. You can attack them, of course, but they won't attack you. But they should have added more of them. They should have added more of them into the game.
I
I
haven't
think.
played it yet, but I do notice the difference.
Yeah, it's definitely different, man. I would have preferred that. I really would have preferred that. So that's basically. I think I've seen everything up until that point. Um, this is to put it on Sean to kind of wrap up the live stream. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I was thinking of trying to challenge myself even further in Sifu. I was thinking about this yesterday when I planned it. Maybe I could attempt to go
I
for.
want a show called Sonic Colors. The hero wins again, where Sonic stops the Rainbow Rangers because they are the bad guys this time. The museum boss looks like a horror movie girl.
All joking aside, though, how many times has Nathan said Rainbow Rangers? Does anyone know the official number, the official count? Is there an official count for how many times Nathan said Rainbow Rangers since he first joined my live streams? I would love to know. I really would love to know. But yeah, I was actually thinking of because I have gotten to the end.
182.5
Probably.
million times.
I'd say it's probably
Just this
182 and a
stream.
half times. And just, I love that. I love that quote. Legend.
Johnny needs a Rainbow
Legendary.
Rangers counter.
I do. I definitely do need a Rainbow Rangers counter. I definitely do. And then the number, a bit like how Sifu works, the number of times that you said Sifu is the number of times I'm going to slap you silly. Bit like Sean. So,
Live stream ending. Johnny
kind
needs
of,
the professional setup just for Nathan.
in a moment. So I have reached the end of the game at age 20. But maybe, now this is just a big maybe now, maybe I might challenge myself further to defeat Yang in the age of 20. I feel like it would be one hell of a challenge, right? But now that I
Coulson is right.
but now that I have the kind of the parrying kind of nailed down, I reckon that if I can time his attacks, time my dodges, uh, dodge his sweeping leg attack, right? Kind of ignore when the moves are coming. I feel like I can do it. Obviously, it's possible because it's of course it's possible. People have done it in like 20 minutes and 40 minutes and whatnot. But what I always ask myself is, can I do it? Can I achieve it? Sometimes I'll say straight away, no, there's no way in hell I can do that, and I just know. And then there'll be times where I'll say, yeah, I can do that. So as far as getting the age 20 after defeating Yang, I honestly don't know. I honestly don't know. That's why I was considering making that my final challenge for Sifu, even though the game is platinumed and 100% complete. But it's not, I'll tell you what, I'll wait until the update. Not for an easy mode. I mean, it's too late now because I've 100% completed the game, platinumed it. So I don't need an easy mode now. Um, but if they kind of, add in a couple of things here and there, it might kind of motivate me to go back and play it and to kind of challenge myself further. What's that? Come on, message play
The
already.
legend himself.
Oh, the
I
live chat
didn't
is gone again.
understand Gonnie's question about the 5 bosses. Were you trying to challenge me? I'll beat him age 19. Come
Age
on,
19.
message play already. My mouth tastes like salty balls.
Okay, let's
Confused
go.
face. Sus KC, you need holy water. And I hate salt. No, I need a beer.
I think I do as well after all that. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm going to understand Johnny's question about the 5 bosses.
KC is going to be drunk.
You can't actually get in the age 19.
You need Jesus.
So good luck with that one. You can't get to age 19. Maybe they'll add that in. Maybe they'll do something completely different. Maybe instead of actually giving people an easy mode, right? Because it's going to be coming out in April or May, which is plenty of time for people to grasp this game. I mean, I've been playing for 2 weeks now, and I've platinumed it, and I've got the age 20. So maybe Soul
But yes,
Cap.
friendly rivalry and Icon, I'm built different, I told you. Mexican Jesus.
Maybe Slow Cap.
Johnny, make a Rainbow Rangers counter on next stream.
Maybe Slow
Lol.
Cap will be like
Age 10 beating a fire god, lol.
Age 10 beating a fire. Maybe Slow Cap will actually say, we'll actually give people a hard mode. Imagine that. I'll actually kill myself. I won't. But that would be absolutely insane. I don't even want to think about that. So I don't even want to think about that. So that was the Art of Sifu, and that was my discussion of it. I just watched just final thoughts. Not final thoughts, but just as I said yesterday, like Sifu is an extremely challenging game that rewards you, and the more times you get knocked down, and the more times you get back up after being knocked down, the stronger you get. So when you get to the end of the game, like, you are just like a kung fu master. That's the kind of game Sifu is. So it's been like getting the platinum in this game. It's been a long, grueling, challenging, frustrating experience, but it was really worth it, and it was one hell of an experience. Again, like, just very challenging, but very rewarding, very encouraging to retry the levels. They gave you something back for retrying those levels. It made you stronger every time you retried, basically.
Oh,
So
really?
yeah.
Glad to be in the stream, even though I wasn't here from the beginning. What, KC? Hi. Asterisk runs away, asterisk. This game inspires me, like you just said. If you get knocked down, just get back up and do better.
Yeah, and it's great
Asterisk
advice
says
too, isn't
user
it?
asterisk.
It's actually great advice as well, like, you know what I mean? How he runs away. This game inspires me, like you. Yeah, and I think Sifu is that kind of a game, really. Like, and that's what it brings the best out of people and gamers, and it just, yeah. So I mean, it knocks you back down, but it motivates you to get back up. And when you do get back up, you're rewarded for getting back up. That's the thing. This game will knock you down on your ass on multiple
Nathan
occasions,
you got this.
but you will get back up, and they will reward you for doing that. No, before my computer
You
voice,
get knocked down, get back up.
before my computer voice pisses me off to the point where I'm going to knock its ass on the fucking floor, I'm going to end the live stream. I'm going to say fuck YouTube, and I'm going to say thank you to all who watched the live stream. Really hope you enjoyed, and I will catch you all in the next live stream. I'm going to say good night here from Ireland and sleep well.
What do you mean, Coulson?
And yeah, I will see you,
Johnny.
See you all later. Thanks for the banter. Thanks for the chats. And more importantly, just thanks for the support. Much appreciated. And it is good night from
what I said.
Ireland.